Good afternoon. Thanks for your company. My name is Jessica Amir, a market analyst at Bell Direct. Well, the Australian share market is having a choppy start to the week, tracking about 1.4% lower before noon, erasing Friday's 1.3% gain. However, for the month of April, the market is still in positive territory, up 6.4%. But we do have to remember today we had mostly mixed leads from the get-go. Global equities were higher on Friday on coronavirus drug hopes, as a Chicago hospital has been rapidly treating COVID-19 patients who are recovering. That saw the S&P 500 rise 2.7%, and in Europe the Stoxx 600 rose 2.6%. However, commodities came under pressure on the weekend. The oil price fell to a new fresh low of $17 a barrel on weak demand, and the gold price lost 2% as money flowed back into equities, which pushed the safe haven commodity to $1,682 an ounce. Elsewhere, the iron ore price lifted slightly, 0.1%, as Vale cut their production target again. And for Aussie investors, most of the sectors at noon are in the red. The energy sector down the most on depressed demand reports out of the energy bodies like the EIA, the IEA and OPEC, while Caltex is down about 8% for two reasons: after announcing a drop in earnings, and secondly, the Suter Alimentation Couche-Tard will not be proceeding with its $8.8 billion takeover, saying it may re-engage in the future if there's more clarity about the global outlook. Looking at the miners, Fortescue Metals is rising 0.7% after the iron ore price rose, while staples are down the least, with GrainCorp up over 1% and the vitamin maker Blackmores up 1.5%. Bigger Cheese, BGA and Costa, CGC are following higher. Looking at the biggest stock moves though for the ASX 200, the best performer today is automotive dealership company AP Eagers, APE. They're up about 3% after we saw on Friday Perpetual became a major shareholder in the firm. Nine Entertainment, NEC and Domain HG shares are following, up about 3% each. As for the worst performers, among Caltex on the worst leaderboard, Southern Cross Media is actually down the most, leading the decliners. It's down about 9% after it issued over 500 million shares onto the market following their capital raise. Keep in mind though, Southern Cross Media last week was a star performer on the ASX, rising 19%. And in terms of economic news, a new data set was out today from the ABS showing the coronavirus impacts in Australia, and in the first week of April, about 24% of Australians worked less hours due to COVID-19. 12% of Aussies worked more hours than usual, while 3% of Australians lost their jobs. And tomorrow, keep your eyes out for two more important economic news pulse checks. One, the ABS will release another COVID weekly impact, this time on how wages have been affected. And also keep your eye out tomorrow for RBA's meeting minutes. I'm Jessica Amir with Bell Direct. Happy trading and stay safe.